Welcome my dear students. In the last class we had done the first sum of practice set 2.1. Now we have the second sum of practice set 2.1. We have the figure and they are saying that line P is parallel to line Q and line L and M are transversal. These two are parallel lines, L and M are transversal. The question is find out the measure of A, B, C and D. So I have written to find measure of angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Solution. First write down line P parallel to line Q. Now look at line P and Q here. These two are parallel whereas these two are not parallel. So we have to take the corresponding angles, alternate angles, interior angles for these two parallel lines. If you take it for non-parallel lines, they may not be congruent. So that care we have to take. Now, I can see here some relation between angle A and 110. What is the relation? Angle A and 110? Both are linear pair angles. So I wrote angle A plus 110 is equal to 180, linear pair. Now how much will be angle A? 180 minus 110, angle A is equal to 70 degree. Okay, so these two are linear pair angles. So I got angle A as 70 degree. Now same relation you can see here between 115 angle and angle D. And 115 and angle D, they both are also sharing a common arm. They also share a common arm. So they both are linear pair angles. Again the same property I used here. 115 plus angle D is equal to 180, linear pair. Therefore, angle D is equal to 180 minus 115. Angle D I got 180 minus 115 we get 65 degree. Now, so that I mentioned here. In the figure I specified that. So, angle A and angle D you got by taking the relation linear pair. See to it that you write the reason. Okay, reason carries marks. Now let us find out the measurement of the remaining angles. Now you just see we got angle A and angle D, angle B and angle C is remaining. How to get those measurements? I can see a relation here. What I will do is I am trying to trace corresponding alternate angles. Let me check whether I will get something like that. If you are thinking of taking angle B and angle D as corresponding angles, then you are wrong. As you can see, angle B and angle D both are falling on lines L and M, and lines L and M are not parallel. So you can't take angle B congruent to angle D. It is wrong. I told you no, angles should fall on P and Q. These two angles are falling on L and M. L and M are transversal, they are not parallel. So these two relations you should not take. Think about other corresponding angles, alternate angles, interior angles which is lying on these two lines. Okay. So I can see here this angle, I'll highlight this angle, angle A, and this angle. Here nothing is mentioned. So I will give that angle by a name. Suppose I call it as angle T. So they both are corresponding angles. I'll take that down and show you this angle, angle A, and this angle, that is angle T. I named it as angle T. They both are corresponding angles and they are lying on which lines? This is line P and this is line Q. Both are parallel. So this corresponding angles you can take. So I'll write line P parallel to line Q. We have already mentioned. I erased it, so I wrote it again. Now you can directly write down angle A congruent to angle T. Directly write. This we name it as T. Why they are congruent? Because they are corresponding angles. They are congruent because they are corresponding angles. Now if angle A is 70, how much will be angle T? Angle T will also be 70 degree. Put it in a box. Now if angle T is 70, how much will be its vertically opposite angle B? T's vertically opposite angle is B. vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. So I'll write angle T congruent to angle B. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. Write the reason. Vertically opposite angle, angle T is 70. So angle B will also be 70 degree. Highlight it. Put it in a box. Be happy. So B also we got 70 degree. I'll mention it in the figure. A over B over D we got. Now C is remaining. Now angle C and angle, this angle, that is 150. I'll draw it separately down. Angle C is this way, C, and the corresponding pair is 115. And they both are lying on P and Q. P and Q are parallel. So C and 115 are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are again congruent. Now here 115 angle, if you want to name it as by a letter, you can name it, or directly you can write angle C is equal to 115 corresponding angles. If you want to name it, let us name it as, here we gave T, so here I will give it as S. Okay, S. So I will write angle C congruent to angle S, reason corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Angle C is equal to angle S. Angle S is equal to 115 degree. Therefore, angle C will also be 115 degree. Okay. Finally, write down all the measures. Angle A we got 70 degree. Angle B also we got 70 degree. Angle C we got 115 degree. And angle D we got 65 degree. Let's take the third sum. In the figure 2.7, these two lines are also parallel. That is N parallel to P, and this is also parallel. L parallel to M. A, here we have B, here we have C. This is 45 degree. Find measure of angle ABC from the given measure of an angle. Write down first given line L parallel to line M, line N parallel to line P. To find angle A, angle B, angle C. And what is given? One more angle, that is this angle is given as 45 degree. Again they have not given a name. We will name it. Let us write solution. Let us give a name for this angle. ABC is there. Let this be angle X. Angle X is equal to 45. So here I will write X. We gave a name. Now these two are parallel, these two are parallel. Not like the previous sum. So this is a tension free sum. You can take any corresponding angles, any alternate angles. There is no criteria that it should lie on these two, because both this pair and this pair is parallel. So think and think and think. How will we find angle A, angle B and angle C? Got an answer? Now, if this is how I am thinking, you may think it an other way. Check whether our answers match. Now, I can see that this angle, angle X, and this angle, which is not named, they both are corresponding angles. I will give this name as Y. Okay. So, I will write. Now, no need to write again parallel. I will write angle X congruent to angle Y, reason corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Okay. So, if X is 45, what will be Y? Therefore, Y will also be 45 degree. Y will be 45 degree. If Y is 45 degree, how much will be A? What is the relation between A and Y? They both are linear pair. Will you get it? So, I will write angle A plus angle Y equal to 180 degree. Most important, Reason, linear pair. Linear pair. Okay. So if angle A, we don't know, plus angle Y is 45 is equal to 180. Therefore, angle A is equal to 180 minus 45, which is equal to 10 minus 5, 5. 7 minus 4, 3. 1, 8, 35. Angle A we got 135 degree. So here I'll write 135 degree. Now what is the relation between A and B? Vertically opposite angles. So you will write that step. Angle A congruent to angle B, vertically opposite angles, VOA. You write the full form. Vertically opposite angles. Angle A is 135, so angle B will also be 135 degree. Highlight it. See that you have written the reason. So here I'll write 135 degree. Now how will you find out C? Last C. Just to have a look at angle C and angle B. They both are this way. No? This is angle C and this is angle B. And these two lines are parallel. N and P are also parallel. So we can take these two corresponding angles. Can you write the steps on your own? Last part. What will you write? Angle C congruent to angle B. Reason, corresponding angles. If B is 135 degree, how much will be C? C will also be 135 degree. Okay, can you solve that small part? So you got angle A as 135, B as 135, C also you got 135 degree. We have in the figure 2.8, sides of angle PQR and XYZ are parallel to each other. That is, YZ is parallel to QR. These are the sides of the angle. XY is parallel to PQ. They both are parallel. They are asking, prove that angle PQR congruent to PQR, this angle congruent to XYZ. That is what we have to prove. Let us write down given. We will write given as we understood. What did we understand? They have given us that the sides are parallel. So we will write about the sides. Write down YZ parallel to QR. Which are the other sides? XY parallel to PQ. Okay? Now to prove, we have to prove that angle XYZ is congruent to angle PQR. Okay? This is what we have to prove. We want to prove that these two angles are congruent. Now here, parallel. Transversal is missing. So what we will do is, we will just extend this so that, we will extend this XY so that it cuts QR. So here we are getting a transversal, no? You can see corresponding angles here. So now this has become the transversal. So we have to write it. We have to explain it. Write down construction. We are doing this. We are doing this construction to get the proof easily. So we will write, let, this is Y. We will name it as let YM. Okay. Let YM be the transversal which intersects where is YM intersecting? Intersecting QR, which intersects QR at point M. At point M. Such that, now we will write down the betweenness. What is the betweenness? Q dash M dash R, and here it is X dash Y dash M. Such that, which point is lying where? You have to show the position. No? This construction we are doing. So that should be explained properly. So we said let YM be the transversal which cuts, which intersects QR such that Q dash M dash R. Q dash M dash R. Because of this M, again there is a sequence of points. and mention the sequence of point x dash, y dash, m. Okay, so now the figure is very clear. Construction is also clear. Now I'll just delete it off after you copy the construction. Now we are ready to take the proof. Now we have the construction in the beginning itself. I told you when we have this construction we can clearly see the corresponding angles. So let us write about the parallel lines first. So this is proof. Write down YZ parallel to QR. YZ parallel to QR. So which are the corresponding angles that you can see? Angle PQM congruent to angle YMR. Okay? Now every time you have to look at here what we want to prove and what we are getting. PQM is nothing but PQM means still here, no? The angle, if I draw this way or this way, the measurement remains the same. So I wrote PQM congruent to YMR. Both are corresponding angles. Write the reason, most important reason why they are congruent, because they are corresponding angles. Now what I was saying is, this angle PQM, what we want angle PQR. Actually, PQM is nothing but PQR. The angle, if you show this way or this way, PQM is only till here. If I extend it, we have PQR. This angle will remain the same. Okay? So, I will change this name and write it as, therefore, angle PQM, I will write it as PQR. Therefore, angle PQR congruent to angle YMR. Put it in a box and give it a number as 1. We need it later. Give it a number as 1. PQM congruent to YMR. Now, few of you may be thinking, if I took PQM as PQR, why can't I take YMR as XMR? Correct, no? So we can take YMR as XMR. So let us write that. Therefore, angle PQR congruent to angle YMR. YMR is the small angle. YMR. Again, इसको भी हम extend कर सकते हैं. We can extend this part also. And if you extend, you have XMR. So here I will write XMR. This I will give it as 1. Not this. This I will give it as 1. Put it in a box. PQR congruent to XMR. So we got PQR. Now we want to make this XMR XYZ. Compare. We got PQR we got. Now by some or the other method, we want to change this XMR as XYZ. See, one part is already there. XYZ and XMR, is there a relation? Find out. XYZ and XMR, is there a relation? What about these two? XYZ, this angle, and XMR. How are they looking like? XMR means YMR only, you know. They are, what are these angles? These angles are F shape. Again, corresponding angles. So they are one and the same. Understood how to get the proof? Every time you have to compare your steps with what we want. So somehow we reached till here. Now we will write down angle XYZ congruent to angle XMR. Both are corresponding angles. Write down. So after this, you will write angle XYZ congruent to, XYZ is this angle. Another corresponding pair is YMR, or you can write it as XMR. I will write it as XMR because YMR को हमने बढ़ा के XMR किया ना. So same XMR I will write it here. Reason is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Okay, so if XYZ is congruent to XMR, PQR is also congruent to XMR. This we will give it as number 2. Now compare first and second. Both XYZ, XYZ congruent to XMR, PQR congruent to XMR. XMR is same. If one angle is congruent to the second angle is congruent to the third angle, then the first and the second angle are congruent or not? So from 1 and 2 you will write, from 1 and 2 you will write that angle PQR congruent to angle XYZ. This is what we want. PQR congruent to XYZ. Last, right? Hence, proved. PROVED. Understood the sum? Okay. So first time you are proving something. So it will take some time. I told you how to go with the proof. First we wrote what we want. We drew a transversal. We wrote the construction. Only one pair of parallel lines we mentioned the other pair also. That is, PQ is also parallel to XM. This also you write in the step. So then we took one by one the corresponding angles. First we took the PQM and YMR. Then I said that PQM is nothing but PQR. So PQM we wrote it as PQR. YMR is also nothing but XMR. Now after taking these two corresponding angles, we took these two corresponding angles. Same way we wrote. We compared what we want and we got the proof. Go through the proof once again, pause and see and learn it. Now see the last question of practice set. This is same like the two sums which we did. Okay, this you have to do. We will discuss the sum. Line AB parallel to CD and PQ is the transversal. Measure of the angles is given. Find the measures of the following angle. Okay. So if this is 105, we know that this will also be 105. If this is 105, then the linear pair, that is this angle, will be 180 minus 105. These are things now you are very much okay with that. So first question is angle ART. They are asking us angle ART. How will you get ART? What is the relation between angle ART and BRT? They both are linear pair. Very good. So you will write, first step you write given, that is line AB parallel to line CD. That all you write. Then start with the steps. That is angle ART plus angle BRT is equal to 180 degree linear pair. Okay, I'll give you a clue. You have to do it. Now, this ART and BRT both are linear pair. So if ART we don't know, BRT we know it as 105. So what will be ART? ART plus 105 equal to 180. Therefore angle ART will be 180 minus 105. Whatever answer you are getting, 10 minus 5, 75 is the answer that you are getting. After you get ART 75, mention it here, 75 degree. So this one is over. Now CTQ. CTQ. How much will be CTQ? CTQ and ART. They both are corresponding angles. So what will be the next step that you will write? Angle ART congruent to angle CTQ. Reason, corresponding angles. If ART is 75, CTQ will also be 75. You have to write the steps. Pause and then write the steps. Next is DTQ. Where is DTQ? DTQ. What is the relation between CTQ and DTQ? Again, they are linear pair. The CTQ plus DTQ will be 180 degree. Write the reason, linear pair. So how much will be DTQ? 180 minus 75. That is 5. 105 you will get this. 105. DTQ also you got. Linear pair angles. Last is PRB. PRB. PRB how will you get? PRB is this angle. If this is 105, then the linear pair, that is PRB and BRT, both form linear pair. That way you can use, or if you want, you can use the external alternate angles test. No? This angle and this angle, both are external alternate angles. So, PRB and CTQ congruent. Angle PRB congruent to angle CTQ, reason external alternate angles. So if this is 75, this will also be 75, or as I told, you can use the linear formula, that is 105 plus PRB is equal to 180, linear pair. 105, 180 minus 105 will be, 180 minus 105 will be 75. So by this method or by that method, answer you are getting 75 degree. Okay. So in this way, we completed practice set 2.1. Pause, go through the steps, write it down. The proof that we did, go through it once again. Sums you do, you will be confident with getting the proof. Okay. Till we meet for the next time, solve all these sums and be happy. Bye.